Alright guys, it's Doctor here, and I just read the message from Zinto, I don't know, the DICE producer, about the updates they're gonna make for Battlefield 3. And I am very, very happy about what they have planned. I must say, I was having a lot of talks with friends that I think DICE has dropped the ball and they're just gonna make the easy guns even more easy, and just completely ignoring their player base. And what I saw was in most parts now pretty different. So if you haven't seen it, there's a new list of fixes and tweaks that they have so far, and I'm gonna have a link to that in the description. So this is a really thing I'm gonna look forward, because the next patch really looks good. And just to tell you guys what I think is a great improvement. So the first thing you're gonna see on that list is players should no longer take fall damage from short falls, which is one thing that is not a major gameplay issue, but you won't believe the countless times I have been killed by just dropping off 1 foot, and that's to me a great change. It's something small, but I love the idea. And the other thing I don't like too much is the spawn protection that they're gonna improve, because having a safe spawn point is to me something that a squad has to do, and that shouldn't be provided by the game. I don't think it's fair that somebody who spawned in cannot be killed. That's just probably my opinion. If you disagree there, feel free to tell me so, but I do not think that the spawn protection should still exist. I just don't think it's fair. The other thing they're gonna fix in the gameplays, general gameplay fixes, is they're gonna have a shorter black screen when you spawn in, because there's this black screen when you spawn in, and actually you can already be shot then, or you can already be seen, and you yourself can't see the map. And they're gonna fix that, as well as they're gonna fix the parachutes so that you can now turn quicker, which is also a thing that got me killed quite a few times. If I have a spawn bake to the borders of the map, I just couldn't get into the map anymore because my parachute wouldn't turn. Then let's move on to vehicle fixes. First of all, what I love is the unguided tank routes and RPGs will now instantly destroy jets and attack helicopters and scout helicopters, which I think was completely fair. It's been very annoying to me when I managed to hit a chopper with an RPG and I don't even get a disable, or maybe I got a disable, I don't really know, but I think an unguided explosive that hits a chopper should definitely be a direct kill, and that's of course one thing I really love. They also increased the damage done by TOW weapons, the stationary placements, which makes them a little more useful, I guess, because it took me up to 3 missiles some time, and with the reload times of these TOW missiles, it just took so long. So one more thing I'm looking forward to. But the biggest change here is of course that they fixed the Havoc. The Havoc is now actually gonna have better abilities of turning and climbing, so it's gonna be more mobile and actually gonna be able to compete with the Viper, because to me the Viper is just so much more better. Might just be my opinion, but I guess you agree that if you ever flew the Havoc, you will know that it's a terrible chopper compared to the Viper. They are also gonna improve the damage done by guided missiles that are shooting at a laser painted target, which I find very great, because as I said in a previous commentary, that's something that requires teamwork, and therefore it should be very effective. I also hope, I haven't read it, maybe it's in there, but I hope they're also gonna fix the points that the painter gets, because if you paint a vehicle and somebody takes it out via javelin, you're not gonna get a lot of points, and I hope they're gonna fix that. I think they will, because that is just perfectly fair. They're also gonna fix the Amtrak zoom, which means, well, not zoom, but you can now actually turn with the Amtrak, the Amtrak's turret. As you probably know, if you were in the Amtrak, it's impossible to turn that thing quick enough when somebody's driving. You can't kill because it is turning so slowly, which is another thing I'm looking forward to, of course. Then there's a lot of changes to guns. I won't get into every single one of them. What is making me very, very happy is the 12 gauge frag nerf, and the 12 gauge frag rounds are not gonna be as overkill anymore on the fully auto shotguns, which means the USAS and the MK3A1. So definitely a good change. As you surely have known, a lot of people are using the combination USAS 12 auto and just completely destroy everything within the blast radius, and that was, in my opinion, very, very overpowered. So looking forward to have that fixed too, because I really don't know. I only know one thing that is cheaper than the USAS with frags, but I'm gonna get into that later. The other thing in the weapon changes are a FAMAS nerf, which in my opinion is just absolutely lovely. The FAMAS is now gonna have a 25 bullet clip. It's not gonna have the big magazine, well, the normal magazine it had so far, and the recoil is also not gonna go straight up anymore. So the FAMAS will now be a lot harder to use on longer ranges, which makes it a very good gun in close range, which is okay to me, and still a bad gun. It wasn't a bad gun before, which it's gonna make it a bad gun at longer ranges, and to me that is just absolutely lovely. I just hated getting killed by the FAMAS instantly on every range, so one of the fixes I'm also really looking forward to. Then the next thing, before I get into a little more weaponry, is the thing I'm looking forward to most. The MAV will still be able to roadkill, but it will explode after the roadkill. So there will be no more people sitting in their spawn only trying to roadkill with the MAV. Maybe there will, but it's not going to be effective anymore. And to me this is so big of a change, because I was really getting annoyed by all these people on the forums bragging around their MAV kills, and it's just, to me it was so sad how people need to use such a strategy, because I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why people would even do that with the MAV. Maybe they simply sucked at shooting and they couldn't kill people with their guns, so they just decided to start MAV road killing. But that's gonna be gone, or even if an MAV road kills you, it will always go down. So I'm really looking forward to that change too. And now to get onto the other guns, I won't go into every gun itself, but there is certain things that I have seen which are going through all the weapon classes, all the carbines and the assault rifles, and that is the balance. And what DICE is gonna do is they're gonna make the fast firing assault rifles a lot less reliable on long range, and they're gonna make the slow firing assault rifles a lot better at a lot more controllable at longer ranges. And to me that's exactly what these guns need, like the AK-74M, because they were just not good enough at longer ranges. I mean, they were better at longer ranges, but just the fact that the fully auto assault rifles were just a lot better. I do think it's a good thing that guns like the AK-74 or the SG-553, the carbine, all those are going to be a lot more effective on long range. They're going to be easier to control, they're going to get less recoil, and that is also a thing that just makes the whole gun thing a little more balanced. And it reminds me of Bad Company 2, because if you remember Bad Company 2, every gun had its area where it worked best. The AUG, for example, was really good at close range. The M16 wasn't. It was good at long range in Battlefield Bad Company 2, and that's exactly what we needed. I mean, I don't want a gun to be useless on any range, but every gun should have its strong points and its weak points. And to me, it felt like the fully auto rifles were just a lot more dominant right now, and that is definitely a great thing. And so I'm looking forward to that, and to finally being able to do well, or just do a lot better with the slower firing guns, because they are not bad anymore. Mean to be said, but I've got a lot of mastery tags so far, and I must say that guns like the SG-553, the AKS, they are good at longer ranges, but they still don't have the power they should have due to their low rates of fire. But that is all going to be fixed, so definitely a good thing there. Really looking forward to that too. The only thing that I don't really understand in the patch is the attachments, because Of course, you have probably known that suppressor and foregrip were considered to be overpowered attachments, and they were really strong. And a lot of people used them because the other attachments were, in many ways, just useless. Basically, I mean, anybody would rather have a foregrip on on an assault rifle than a bipod, and they are actually gonna nerf the suppressor, the foregrip, and also buff the other attachments a bit. But in my opinion, the suppressor and the foregrip were alright in the way they were. There could have been a little recoil reduction on them, but not too much. And I do honestly think they nerfed them a little bit too much. I do think the penalty that you get if you use a foregrip, it's not going to be accurate anymore at longer ranges. I don't think that's fair, because using a bipod should not be the only way to be accurate with an assault rifle. And maybe that's just my opinion. However, what I would have done here, and I would have done it different. Sorry for my language fail there. What I would have done here is I would have buffed the other attachments only, because to me now it's gonna be now it's not gonna matter anymore which attachment you use. It's not gonna be that big of a difference, and it shouldn't be like that. To me, every attachment should have its area where it works best, and I feel that now that they're gonna balance the attachment so crazy, it won't be that much of a difference anymore depending on what you use. But maybe that's just my opinion. I would rather have buffed the other attachments so that every single one of them would have been a little more efficient at what it does best. But overall, I'm really looking forward to the patch. It seems like a very good change. It has some very good things, especially the MEV, road killing, the FAMAS nerf, and the frag rounds nerf is the things that I'm looking forward to. I hope you also enjoyed the gameplay. It, as you requested, was one more shotgun gameplay. I have one more, and stay tuned for a commentary either tomorrow or the day after. So I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I'm out. See ya.